Hello, everybody. It's Red from Out of Red's Head. I hope you are well and happy today. I have completed her. This is a journal I've been working on for a while. It has taken me quite a while to do it, but I had so much I wanted to include, and I'm real happy with how it's come out. This is take 2 because I was completely out of frame for the last one. So let's see how this goes. My bow doesn't look as pretty as it did last time, but I'm trying to keep moving while I have daylight here. So this journal is dripping with lace. I used antique filet lace back here. There is lace on the spine covering silk, which is covering the stitches. It is a hard cover. I've done layers here with vintage fabric and more vintage lace. This is antique, actually. It's kind of fragile, this lace. It's from my friend Diana. It's getting to the end of my hoard, and I'm sharing as much as I love it. You may want to change it out. If you do, you can use this for other things. It's so pretty. That's the back. Here's the front. See all the little knots and all? Just really pretty lace. So you could use it on something else if you wanted to and just put, some other kind of ribbon. This is what I had and I liked it, so I'm using that. Little snippets here and just lots of goodness, I thought. I added a doily. It kind of hangs off the bottom. I wanted things kind of coming out of the bottom of this one, so that's what you've got there. And like I said, it's a hard cover. I think I said that. It's lined with canvas, and I used a vintage lace here inside the spine, a vintage fabric. It has kind of a goldish in there, kind of metallic. I'm sorry, I hope the band-aid isn't distracting. I had a little knife incident last night, so everything's fine, but I apologize. I know people don't always like Band-Aids. So, okay, you've got a seed packet pocket in here. It's upside down, and you've got a tag in there. I used a lot of just my page cutoffs for the scrap paper to make cards. You've got a pocket behind it. There's some, it is glued down, some antique lace here, and I just did some little collaging there. Thought it was pretty. You've got a pocket here. This book has so many pockets. And I've used some reproduction things in here. And then I used a vintage time card from I bought a whole packet of like a train conductor's records. And that was in there. I thought it was really cool, so I stuck it in there. Just some paper that I had dyed. There's an antique cameo kind of thing. And lots of lace on the sides here. This is raised, kind of a 3D pocket. Some tags that I dyed and made. This is suede that I reclaimed from a jacket. I may do a tutorial on that, I'm not sure. And we got a long pocket here. This is some stamping I did on a page from an antique journal that I purchased from like 1930 or something like that. I thought it was really cool, and I loved the way she had done it, so I just scanned it in and did some stamping on it. You've got a pocket here made out of lace, and I've doubled the lace here. You've got 2 different kinds of lace. I mean, this is a scan from, I think it's online, and there's part of those records from the railroad paperwork I have. There's some more hand-dyed paper. You've got a triple fabric flip here, just some vintage fabric and some vintage lace, and then a stamp I did on canvas. This little playing card, round playing card. You've got some lace here and a little feather. This is from online. It really is an antique marriage certificate, but it's scanned in. I just thought it was really pretty, so I included it there. This was in some fabrics I bought. Somebody had put those together, and that's a wallpaper piece they used to sell. Little card I dyed, and fabric I stitched on there, and little fabric collage there with a yo-yo, and tuck I made out of that tag. Another print from online, and some paper that I had. I really like the papers that were in a pack I bought. I used a lot of them in here. That is a flower from my garden that I hammered onto paper and fabric. And there's some lace and cheesecloth and all behind it. Got a little flip there that I made out of antique papers that I had, book cover and that kind of thing, an almanac and sticker and some vintage fabric and that kind of thing. Give you a place to write or glue things or whatever you want to do. More lace. You got this bird. This is a embossed, hand embossed thing I did. I did a tutorial on that, I believe. And then you've got a tag. And that is a vintage tag that I purchased. This is 3D. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see that? Where it's kind of raised up over the roses. And this is from a magazine, a book that they put out with all of their things that they had done over the years. You've got a couple of journaling cards back there. Lots of lace. Little corner tuck. And that has a little collage on it. And it flips up. So you can write in there. You've got a little mini belly band here. That is a vintage postcard. And there's just a scrap. I had found some handwriting samples, a scrap in a book, so I put it in there. Just a envelope there. You've got a long pocket and a little stamp I did on fabric. More lace. That's a tally card that I had in my collection, and I scanned her in and made like a little doll out of her. And that's a curtain ring. And then there's a little card there for you to journal on. Some more lace. This is more from the railroad. I thought that was kind of neat. And just a stencil I had done with my new gel plate that I'm playing around with. You've got a long pocket here with, I'm sure you recognize that. And now I've completely drawn a blank on her name. I'll think of it after the video. But anyway, that's a print from her book. And just some paper in there. Do something on. And more lace. There's a fabric receipt I found in some fabric I had purchased, and you've got a pocket here and a pocket here. Just some vintage lace and things that I had, and a couple little pearls. More lace. This has been in my stash for a while. I just thought I'd include it, and some paper from those little notebooks we used to carry around. Another little collage. This flips up here. You've got a doily that's been, and I'm still out of frame pretty much. There's a doily that I included. It's only taped in there, so you could take it out if you wanted to. And trim on that page. This is from a book that I had purchased. It had these cool little things to write down, like a schedule and all. So I included that there and did a little bit of collaging on it. This is triple. So you've got this one, it's magnetized, and this one, and then this is the magnet under here, under the lace, and you've got a pocket there. So you can glue things on there or write or whatever you'd like to do. You've got a little fabric collage with some lace and a button there. A little tag I made for a tuck. And one of my scans, I sell these as cards in my shop, and a little postcard, and there is one behind it as well if you wanted to tuck back there. Little doily on the lace dyed page. And this is more from the train collection, and just some paper, and then you've got another image that you could glue on or write on if you'd like. And this one, I guess I'll take that off. Little collage here. You've got a place to write or glue inside of there, and then it just comes out like that. And it is glued down, so it won't come out. Little fabric, vintage fabric I had. I added a little bead that I stitched onto my snippets and all here. You've got a pocket here. This comes out. My grandmother had these in a container in her beads and stuff, and I thought they were pretty, so I glued them in there. And that's a circle from around those key little tabs that go on the key rings. We've got a big pocket here, some vintage stationery I just got. Thought that was cute. And this is from an old McCall's magazine I had, and I just used it as a background, and I put the little greeting card there. You can write in there. Oh, there's a little page here you can bend and flip up if you want. A fabric collage. And a vintage playing card. This is from that antique scrapbook I have. I printed it out and stamped it, though it's not the actual page. And here's another scan. This is a scan from a land purchase in 1874. My husband scanned these in. I just inked it up, did a printout so you'd have it to do something with if you wanted, and just kind of, I bent it up and all, but you can do what you want with that. There's a little bee charm and some fibers and more lace. And then you've got a long pocket here, some embroidery. And I just thought that postcard was cute, and I added that, or not postcard, note card. Added that in there for you. You can always change what's in the pockets or add more or take some out, whatever you'd like to do. Canvas lining in here. And as I said, this is a chunky book. It's very full, but there's still room to add things. I tried to make it, make the spine wide enough that you had room to really add and stuff and whatever you wanted to do, or pull it out, and pull the things I put in out and put your own things in. However you'd like to do that. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for hanging with me. And I hope everything goes well for you this week. Bye.